Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing that lace front wig install for the Ash Blonde Wig. Sorry, I forget what I'm even doing today. So I have the wig, it's completely dried out. It has been dyed and everything, so it's ready to go. I haven't even cut the lace yet because I'm gonna do that on camera for you guys. And I actually did my eyebrows, so that's new. Give you guys a close-up. So I don't normally do makeup or mess with it, so don't drag me. I tried to do the best I could, but I don't do makeup, I don't do foundation, I don't do anything. So this is all new to me, but I mean, for a beginner, I guess it turned out pretty good. I used the concealer and everything. So I have the black Got To Be Glue gel, which I've used many times before. I love this. I have a powder foundation. It's the Maybelline Fit Me color 330. That might not be the correct color for me, but it's worked so far. I've never actually put it on my skin to see does it match my skin, but it seems like it goes well with my lace, so that's what I'm gonna go with. I have a razor comb, and I have some bobby pins, and I have this handy dandy edge brush with a comb on the end. That's super helpful with the baby hairs. And then of course I have a brush to apply that foundation. And then I have a wig cap, and I always use the lighter one. They have some that actually come in brown now, but it's actually a little too dark for me probably, so I just use this one, and then I'll put my powder on top. So I will go ahead and get into this tutorial and apply this wig for you guys, and yeah. Alright, so this wig has lace in the front and it has lace in the back. Keep in mind, it doesn't need to be completely straight. It's okay if it's a little jagged. Just make sure you don't cut the hair. Now for the front. I know some people will cut this lace while it's on their head. I don't do that. It doesn't work for me. If that's what works for you, you feel free to do that. But I may trim the lace while it's on my head. But unless I'm doing a wig on somebody else, I don't cut the lace on my head because I can't do it. Keep in mind, it does not need to be completely straight. You want it to be a little jagged. So you can do it in sections. You don't have to go all the way straight across to cut it all. But here's how the first section is. You see how there's little in and outs there? It's not completely straight across. So now I'm gonna do the next section. And what I'm doing is, instead of keeping the scissors down as I'm cutting, I'm actually like lifting them and doing like this. So instead of just doing like a straight cut, you can go like this. So you can go like this. So do little cuts. So if you do the little cuts in your lace, you'll achieve a jagged edge effect, which is pretty much the same thing you would get if you were using a razor. I don't have a razor available, so I'm just making those small little cuts, so opening up the scissors repeatedly instead of just cutting straight down across, so I can have that little bit of ins and outs within the lace and it's not just cut straight down across. Okay, so off camera, I went ahead and braided this hair back into 2 braids. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation to this wig. I am happy with how the lace is blending in. I may trim it a little to make a little bit more like of a in and out, but I can go ahead and do that, and then I will let the Got To Be Glued start to get sticky on my actual skin. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna apply the Got To Be Glued slightly in front of my hairline. I'm not using a whole lot of it because I only wear my wig for 1 to 2 days. So not a whole lot, just enough to do one layer across my forehead. So I decided not to wear the wig cap. It was making me a little itchy, so I went ahead and removed it. So I went ahead and I removed that. I still kept the wig on while I did it. I just kind of slid back. So this is what the wig is looking like now. So you can see the powder help with the color in the parting. So the parting space is more visible now with that powder being on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry a little bit, but I can go ahead and do the baby hairs. So this wig came pre-plucked. It did not come with the baby hairs plucked already. So I will go ahead and do that while I am on camera so you can see that part of it. So I will start by wetting my edge brush, and then I will just start to do some light baby hair here. So I have my comb here. I'm just gonna comb back the hair that I don't want included in that, which is that's when the bobby pins come in. You said that I was all you'd ever want. You said that we were fine. You swore that you would never break my heart. You wasted all my time. You told. So this will be my sideburn area. So I'm just gonna cut that down. I don't want that too long. And then, just so you guys know, the short side, the side with like the really short razor, is the side that cuts, and this is the side that thins. So I'm just gonna thin these out some. So I'm actually seeing that I don't have any powder applied to this section of the lace. So I am just going in and putting some powder on top of the lace to help the lace blend into my skin better. The powder is definitely more effective when it's placed underneath the lace, but I must have forgotten to get that area, so I will put it on top. That dark mark is actually a burn on my forehead. Alright, so I went ahead and trimmed that, so that extra lace is gone. I really wish I could have shown you guys on camera, but there was no way for me to see what I was doing. So I just decided to go ahead and go to the bathroom to customize the left side of my hair. And it's just so much easier to do this in a mirror. So that's what I'm doing now. So after I removed the scarf, I went back in to finish customizing the baby hairs. It's a lot easier to do it once the wig is secured to your head and it's dried. Typically, when the hair is already cut into place how you want it to be, you don't have to wait for it to dry to customize the baby hairs for the day. But because you're cutting the baby hairs and it's the first time, it actually is a lot easier if you first make sure the wig is secured down and then you go in to customize it and figure out which parts of the hair you want to use for baby hair. So for the purposes of this video, I did do some customization before it was dry so I could show you guys up close when I was in the kitchen. But typically, I would want the wig to be dry first if it's the first time that I'm wearing it before customizing the baby hair so that the wig will be secured and I would not have it moving all over the place. However, I do know how important it is for people to be able to see up close shots of what you're doing, so that's why I did it like that this time. So you will see me going through trimming the lace as I see fit. The lace that you need to trim will be lace that is not blending in with your skin and there is no hair on top of that lace. If it's just sitting there, there's no hair on top of it, it's not blending in with your skin, it's not serving any purpose. So at this point, I am applying a little bit of Got2b glue gel. You want to use this sparingly. Don't use too much, and don't put it into the hair because it's going to make the hair kind of crunchy. So just use it sparingly at this point because the wig is already secured. So I'm done with the install. It is still drying, but I have the baby hairs how I want them, and I'm just letting it dry. So it's still a little bit of shiny. Right here I have a burn mark from when I was getting my hair flat ironed. They accidentally burned me a little. But I'm happy with the color. I think it's really pretty. And I'm happy with the amount of baby hair and everything. The first install is always to me the most difficult because you're doing so much. Like you have to cut down the sideburn hair so you don't get as much time to focus in on the baby hair and everything. So with each install, to me, it gets better. I will probably like to do another install video with like a black wig that I've already had so I can show you how it is with the wig you've already had. But I'm happy with it. I really like how the blonde baby hair looks on me. I think it looks really good. I think it blends into my skin well. And something that really helped with the blending was putting this powder on top of the lace. Although I applied it underneath there, I went ahead and put some on top too, because by the time I was laying down the baby hair and putting the gel and everything with the water, some of the powder probably came off. So I just had to reapply it a little bit, but I just want you guys to be able to see. So this part is completely dry, so it's not as shiny. This part is still drying, so. But yeah, it definitely always looks better the next day. To me, it always looks better after you sleep on it, and it kind of, I don't know, melts better. But I am pretty happy with this. I haven't styled it or anything yet. I just put it into a ponytail. But yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.